I've been seeing examples on YouTube of the kiss pour method of making soap, and decided to try it for myself. I made a batch yesterday, and I didn't think that my recipe was particularly fast moving, but as it turns out, it was very fast moving, and I barely got it poured. So this is how the top of it turned out. It was half black and then alternating stripes of 6 neon colors: red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and purple, each time alternated with a black stripe. So the surface there looks pretty nasty. Once I shaved the tops off, though, it was kind of interesting, and I don't dislike that at all. However, it doesn't look like the kiss pour that other people have done that I like better. So I decided to try it again today using a slower moving recipe and a non-accelerating fragrance, and also to pour it, or at least to start pouring, when it was a little thinner than it was yesterday when I poured it. So that's what's going on today. I'm doing this in a 15 bar mold that takes a 68 ounce recipe. Those will be almost 4.5 ounce bars when they're done. And I'm using castor oil, coconut, lard, palm oil, and sunflower, high oleic sunflower. That, as well as the lard, should help keep the soap from hardening too fast. And then, as I often do, I'm using sugar and sodium lactate, and I'm using cowboy leather fragrance oil from Oregon Trail Soap Supply. Not sure how well that matches up with this color combination, but I thought I would try it. And then on the right there, you can see the colors I'm using: neon red, and then orange, yellow, yellow, and green. And then I'm alternating every third pour with activated charcoal. So I'll have twice as much activated charcoal mixture as I have any of the other one color. I made that soap already, and that's what the video is about. But here's the finished pour, just for a little prelude to what it's going to turn out. I like this a lot better. I think it looks a lot more like the official or traditional kiss pour. So I'm pretty happy with it. My oils are at 89 degrees Fahrenheit. My lye water is at 96. I have all my colors here hydrated with a little bit of the water from the recipe. I think we're ready here. That's a nice emulsion, so I'm going to separate out the colors. Those are approximately equal amounts. I may have cheated myself just a little on the yellow, but they're close. I will continue whisking these till they're at very light trace, and then I'll pour them, so I'll move the camera to get ready for that. For a good contrast, I'm going to pour these red, yellow, black, orange, green, black, but I'm going to not pour them in the same order in the same pictures, so in the different pictures. So I'm going to do a red, yellow, black here, and then when I start with the orange, I'll do both. And then after I've finished this picture, I'll finish this one up with red, yellow, black. So this starts out as a kind of a Clyde slide. Oops, I wasn't going to do that. This is still pretty thin batter. I probably could have waited a little longer, but it's not mixing too much. This is at light trace right now. I hope it'll not thicken up too much more before I pour it. With that much lard and sunflower oil, it should be relatively slow. So this is going to be my first pair of pitchers to be poured, and then I'll do a second set. Be sure you can see the mold there. Yes. Now, another set. I think I'll just do these in the same order this time rather than trying to offset them. Just a little bit left for one more cycle. Okay, ready for the second pour. Well, I certainly like the look of the surface. Spiral that center just a little. Yeah, I like the surface. We'll see what happens down deeper. As I usually do, I'll spray this with some alcohol. I will CPOP it at 77 Celsius, 170 Fahrenheit for a couple hours, and we'll have a look at it tomorrow. Here is the soap a day later. I think it turned out quite beautifully. There's almost no soda ash on it. So the surface is a little rough. I'll probably shave a bit off of it, but not much. Soap is plenty hard enough to cut, so I'm going to cut it and remove it from the mold. So there are the 15 bars. I'll trim these up and we'll have a look at them up close. I'm liking these ends. Here are the cut bars. I'm pretty pleased with these. Often in my videos I end up saying, well, that didn't turn out exactly like I thought it would, but I like them anyway. In this case, they turned out exactly the way I wanted them. I really like this pattern. That darker area there toward the top was out on the edge of the mold, so the lines are a lot closer together and a bit muddied, but really I like these a lot. I especially like that one. That was the very center of the mold, where I did a little bit of spiraling with the handle of a whisk. So I'm very pleased with those. Here Here are some sides. I think that second one from the top was against the mold wall out and far in from where I was pouring. And then these are ends. That bottom right one is the one that was the very center of the mold. And these are bottom sides. The bottom left one has not had anything shaved off of it. That's just the way it came out of the mold. The other 5 have had a bit of the bottom shaved off. So I'm quite pleased with the way this turned out. I think, as is true with any pattern, future iterations could be even better. I'm certainly learning how this works, but I'm really pleased with these. I think they're kind of cool looking.